Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime. It's your girl,
Ruka.
and Big Boy Sam here, bringing you another wild card. It's a spotlight on Katsuragi from Pet. You know what it is. Let's get right into it.
I found his character to be probably the most interesting just because of what had happened to him and the fact that he was still actually functional. He had his memories removed and they said it was really close to his peak because of course it was his daughter. And instead of being crushed, he was able to keep going on. I'm not sure if that was because his memories were actually hidden instead of like destroyed.
Well, I don't think that's the reason for any of it. I think it's because it was Hayashi who was in charge of it. And Hayashi seems to handle his people with care when it comes to actually dealing with their memories and stuff. He does his best to be more ethical than, I guess, other Pet characters that we've seen in the past. We see his proteges use it to get favors and whatever from other people. But he seems to be a sort of man of the people kind of person. So I think it's just because Hayashi was in charge of it.
I still kind of feel like it must have been because his memories were hidden instead of actually destroyed, and that's why he was able to carry on without being crushed. Also, we saw him in the house in earlier flashbacks.
Yeah, he was. In the anime, he made it clear that he also had psychic powers, but he just wasn't as good as the other guys. And that could probably be due to the fact that his memories were altered. He has his powers are just less than the others because of his altered memories. So for me, the Katsuragi story is so amazing in this anime simply because of where they put it. They gave us a lot of trickle downs throughout the anime about how there was something special about him where he was sort of untouchable, even though he was such a big a-hole and no one could understand why. And even his own daughter didn't like him, but she didn't know why or who he actually was. And they added it to the end, where they gave us the full story as an extra. And like, normally when animes put something at the end as an extra, it's like, it was a last minute thought. But you could tell that this was a running theme throughout the whole show. And I really appreciated that little tidbit, bonus bit. It was really good for me.
Yeah, you can really tell that it was thought out. And it also makes you think about why he was made to forget his daughter and kept around. He was obviously kept around because the CEO liked being able to see where Katsuragi was now and what he used to be, and the fact that the most important thing in his life, he will never even know that it's there. He will never ever know. Like, he got some sick enjoyment out of doing that to Katsuragi, and Katsuragi was none the wiser about it. It made the whole thing so sad, and it made you go from thinking this guy is just a jerk to really feeling for him by the end of the anime. And I like that they did that. I like that they hid things away from us, because it kind of made you feel more immersed in the story, as if our memories were also being messed with in a sense. Like, of course they weren't really, but like, it gave you that kind of vibe that, you know, you're kind of part of this story as well.
Do you know what really got me as well with the whole way that they revealed it? It was so mundane. The snowball that started the avalanche was so mundane. All he did was get hypnotized and shoot someone. Now, I know in the real world that's not mundane, but in this show, everyone's getting hypnotized left, right, and center. So if it wasn't for the fact that he was hypnotized again, it would never have happened. We would have never known this situation, and he would have carried on being the jerk that he was, and no one would be the wiser. But he lost his life, and we got the reveal about how much he loved his partner. And to be honest, I don't know if you're going to talk about it later or not, but the relationship between him and
Jin's mom.
Yeah, the relationship between him and Jin's mum. Come on, man, that was a bit weird. did she have the right mental capacity to be in a relationship like that?
I was going to get to this later, but of course, no. She did not have the right mental capacity. It's impossible for her to be able to consent. So although the CEO did something that was really messed up to Katsuragi, I kind of feel like it's justified. Like, if I had a child that was not able to consent and then someone who was supposed to be looking after her went and dipped a toe.
Dip a toe? Who said that?
And then not only that, but she ended up pregnant, and that exact same pregnancy is actually what killed her. Why? I don't know. Like, I don't think I could hold myself back either. So the CEO's messed up, but also justified. But at the same time, I don't think that the CEO really did it for the right reasons. I don't think he was really doing it for his daughter. But I feel like his daughter was only important to him because of what she could do. And then his toy was taken away from him. So he needs to create another toy. Katsuragi being there for his daughter was just going to cause more issues than it was going to help for the CEO. So he had to remove that obstacle. And now look at Jin. Look at how she's just saying, by all means necessary, I'm going to be training Tsukasa back up to be the puppet that needs to be in place. For the CEO, this is all a game, and everybody else is the pawn. Everybody else's lives and their wishes and their thoughts and their dreams, it's all expendable.
I can't disagree with the logic there, but I do like the way that the anime decided to turn it on its head. Yes, what Katsuragi did was abhorrent. Let's be honest. He took advantage of someone, and everyone can turn around and say, well, she came onto him. So what? You know it was wrong. He even knew it was wrong. He said it was wrong while he was, as Ruka said, dipping his toe. You know, the CEO was completely justified in what he did. However, the anime decided to paint him dipping his toe and someone who didn't have the mental faculty to understand what was going on as a love story, and the CEO's wrath as something that was completely unjustified and wrong. And again, just like Ruka said earlier, it's them playing with our perceptions and our minds. And do you know what? I just love it. They did an excellent job in telling this story and bringing the extra layers to the situation, because all throughout the whole show, it's layers upon layers of complexity, which is great. And that's why I think me and Ruka decided that binging this was probably not a good idea. It would have been more enjoyed spaced out. However, the layers were even throughout, even with this extra tack-on story that they had at the end. And look at the impact on Jin. Wow, she's basically now become similar to her mother with this trauma that's happened to her, knowing that she killed her own dad. Wow, I love this. It was brilliant. Brilliant piece of writing. This is brilliant.
But also what was really special was the fact that Jin's memories were also messed with, not in the sense that everyone else's has been messed with, but she was told that it was Hayashi that was the one that made her mom smile for the first time, and that's why she wanted to meet Hayashi so that she could see the memories of her mom. But in fact, it was actually her dad who had those memories in his head, and she did get to see that. She got to see that. She got to see her mom. She got to see what she wanted. So everyone's life is so interconnected. Usually when we do a spotlight, we can really concentrate just on that character. But Katsuragi is so intertwined with almost every single character that we saw that it's impossible to talk about him without talking about everybody else as well.
I mean, look at his relationship with Satoru as well. He's constantly the partner pair, constantly there messing with him. And when Hiroki played that trick on him with the cigarettes as well, it's just, Katsuragi is just the best character. He's the MVP of the anime. You'd agree with that, right? No.
I like so many of the characters. It's hard to say like who was the MVP of the episode, because I really do like Hayashi as well. I thought that he, even though he appeared really only in 2 episodes properly, his presence was felt in every single episode. He was talked about in almost every episode, and he's really the reason for this whole generation. He altered every single body that's actually in the anime apart from the CEO. But then again, you can say he altered the CEO, not in the traditional sense again, but the CEO thought that Katsuragi's memories were completely destroyed, but in fact they weren't. And then he left breadcrumbs throughout the whole episode, so I would have to say probably Hayashi's the MVP of the season.
Are you saying he's the Madara of Pet?
No.
What? You know what?
Is it just me, or like I like Itachi more than I like Madara?
Get out of here, fam. Madara beats Itachi hands down every day of the week.
I just like Itachi more. I'm sorry.
You just fancy him. That's all it is.
No.
Them 2D boys are what you want, innit? Them has vandals.
God. Well, guys, thanks for joining us for this spotlight of Katsuragi. Let us know what you thought about his character and what you think about his involvement with Jin's mom. Is it a love story or should he have gone straight to jail? Let us know what you think and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Peace.